Ellis here, and in this video, I'm going to help you quickly build an awesome brand kit and identity for your online presence. Having a branding kit is one of the most important and easy things you can do to establish a great and clear and consistent aesthetic and identity for your brand. And this is honestly non-negotiable in 2026 and beyond, when there's so much competition in the online space for pretty much every market. So what I'm going to do is explain the specific steps to take in Canva to design this, so moving forward with your social media and online presence, you have a clear brand identity. So again, you go to brand, and then you're going to click create new brand kit. I would name this something like just your business name. So I'm just going to name it test brand kit, but you could name it your business brand kit. Click create. Now, one thing that's important to note is that you do need Canva Pro to do this. It's $10 or so a month, and it's 100% worth it. If you're an online entrepreneur, you should 100% use Canva Pro, just because of how much you get access to in terms of content creation and using Canva. But once you do click create brand kit and you have that name, you'll be presented with something that looks like this, maybe a little bit different depending on when you're using it. But you can click on colors, you can click on fonts. I'm not going to get into all these other things. Like, if you want to add photos, if you want to add graphics, brand voice, you can, but I just don't think that's something that's extremely important. The main things are your colors, your fonts, and then yes, potentially a logo. So colors, you click on colors, and now you want to think about what is like the overall vibe that I want for my brand. Let's say you are a breathwork coach for people who struggle with asthma. You want it to look very professional, but you also want it to be kind of, mindful vibes and stuff like that. So you want to think about what colors align with that. What aesthetic aligns with that. If I was doing that, I would probably go with whites and maybe in blues, because of the air, the respiratory system, something like that. But you want to think about, with your brand, your business, what's the specific vibe and aesthetic, and what colors align with that. Then I would select about 6 colors or so. I would do some that are dark. So let's do complete black for this. Let's do a dark blue. Let's do a more kind of middle of the road blue. Actually, let's do a little bit lighter. Look at that. And then you can do a light grayish blue. This could be more for like the background of a lot of Instagram posts or YouTube thumbnails, etc. And then you could have a complete white. So that's an example of 5. You could do another color in there if you want to have more, but I think that would already be a great color combination based on that business idea I was just mentioning as an example. So now you got the colors. Let's go to fonts. Real quick, if you are looking for help building a beautiful online brand, getting more followers, or also getting more leads and clients in an aligned way, make sure to click the links below. So what you can do is say, this is the font I want for the titles. This is the font I want for subtitles. This is what I want for headings, subheadings, etc. The most important ones are you just want to make sure you have at least two fonts. 3 fonts is helpful in some cases, but 2 is usually going to be most important. You can even get away with just 1 if you can use it in different ways. So again, let's stick with this example of sort of breathwork coach for people who struggle with respiratory health issues. Let's scroll through and let's look at sans serif. I like sans serif as a nice kind of professional and easy to read style of fonts. So you could scroll through and look at all these different options. You could also go and see what heading options are. But typically these are going to be a little bit bolder. You could kind of look for one that is, if I was doing this, I would maybe look through here and see if there was kind of a sans serif type of font that is more of a heading in the heading section. Let's see here. So let's maybe say this one here. And you can select what size you want it to automatically be set at, what you want it to be under, if you want it to be boldened naturally. So I'll set that up as the title and bolden it. And then I'll just do as the subtitle, the same font, but without boldened in a smaller size. And then maybe what you want to do is like have a quote option, and you have this as an italicized font. What you could also do is then do like a secondary font in this section here, or you could just stick with this. But what I would say is, obviously I just did one font there because honestly, if I was designing this brand, I think that could be better. It'd be easier to read. It would be clear, it'd be consistent just to have this one in various forms. But if you wanted, you could have like the subtitle be a different font. Well, once you have that, you just go back. So if if we go to colors, you can see that. Now, if you go to fonts, you'd see that. If you want to add photos, you can upload photos of yourself if you're going to be using photos of yourself or, other team members frequently. Again, if you want to do logos, add the logos here. But you pretty much already have the brand kit set up now. And I'll go into Canva to create what a post would be with this kit so you can see how it would work. Let's do Instagram post. Okay, so now if we click here, let's just click on the color. Let's say we want to do an Instagram post with a light background color. So let's go to that brand kit that we just created. So now you can see all these colors show up. So let's say we want to do that light blue as a background. And now let's say we want to do a title. We can see that Cerebri font already shows up. So 5 breathwork techniques that improved my asthma. Bigger. And then let's say we want to do a little subtitle below that and why you should do them too. You can see that it's that same font we selected in the brand kit. We selected for the brand kit, and you can see that it's naturally going to be a little bit smaller. It's not boldened. And honestly, I think that looks good. If I was designing this, I would probably do a little bit more design pieces, like maybe add some elements with the background here, probably add an arrow. But already I think that would work well. It looks professional. The colors, I think, align with the business that we're talking about. Now I'll just briefly show you how you can potentially create a logo for this brand if you wanted to. So what I would do is click on elements on the left here, and let's search for breathe. So I probably wouldn't go with one of the first elements that comes up, but you could just even do something like this. I think that looks cool. It kind of looks like spray paint vibes to me, but you could do like that. And then you could maybe do text below your brand, Ben's breathwork. Maybe unbolden that though. Yeah, it's all right. You can see what it looks like all capitalized. It's probably not what I would go with. So let's keep the text there, but let's do a different element. Let's maybe go with Let's go with this. So I think already that looks pretty high end, and you could do like a circle around it or something. Change the color. A little bit bigger. Yeah, so I mean, that's just an example of how you could quickly use different elements and fonts to create a logo in Canva. And then what you could do is you could download this and then upload that as a logo in your branding kit. And there you go. For Ben's Breathwork, you have a full brand kit that you can now use to create a clear brand identity and consistent high quality aesthetics with your social media and online presence. If you are looking for help building your online brand, getting more followers, getting more leads and clients, make sure to check out the links below to learn more about how I can help you. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe this video to get more like this, and have a great day.